Joining me now is Georgia Attorney General Chris Carr. Chris, thanks so much for being with us. And as you know, Georgia has been under the spotlight recently with human trafficking, as more than 35 children were found by U.S. Marshals during the Operation Not Forgotten across your state. Can you give us an update into that?
Absolutely. Well, it was 39 children, and 39 children whose lives will be so much better and so much different as a result of this. And really what it shows is when it comes to human trafficking, when it comes to rescuing our children, when you have these partnerships, and I have to praise the work of the U.S. Marshal Service, the work of the FBI, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, our Human Trafficking Prosecutions Unit. Those are the kinds of results that you'll get. And to have the Attorney General and Ivanka Trump to be with us to announce the $100 million in grants, those children have been through a lot. And of those 39 that were found, 15 were suspected of being human trafficking victims. And there's a lot of wraparound services that are needed. And those grants will go to making sure those children are safe and secure.
Wow. Unbelievable. I mean, their lives, saved in this situation here. I want to talk to you about that specific roundtable event where you'd said that the #1 state to take steps to eradicate human trafficking is your state, is Georgia here. Why do you think that your home state is really doing the best across the nation?
Absolutely. Well, when you have presidents that make issues, and you make governors and first ladies that make an issue, it truly matters. And that's what we've done in Georgia. We have put the money, we've put the effort. Governor Kemp and the First Lady have made this an issue since before they got into office. We've created a human trafficking prosecutions unit in our office that is going statewide, working with federal, state, and local partners to rescue children. First and foremost, we have to rescue those children, but then we also have to go after those who are buying and selling children for sex, and that's what we've done. It's hard to get data on human trafficking and what the numbers are. So oftentimes folks will say, well, isn't Atlanta one of the top spots? Well, there's a lot of places around our nation where human trafficking occurs. But I can tell you this, Georgia has taken this seriously, whether it is state government, whether it's the federal partners we have, nonprofits. We're going to be the #1 state in the nation to eradicate human trafficking.
Yeah, as you say, you found 39 children. Of course, there's this idea that potentially more could be out there. I know, again, you've received this $100 million federal grant to combat it and continue on with it. Chris, best of luck to you in that case there and your efforts to combat human trafficking in the state. I want to switch gears, though, and talk to you about a recent decision in the state of Kentucky in regards to the Breonna Taylor case. AG Cameron is now being called to release more evidence that was presented to the grand jury in that case. Feeling the pressure to do so, do you think he would be in the right position to share that evidence?
Well, I don't think I'm in the position to be able to look at another attorney general and the role that they played. I will say this, Daniel Cameron has a stellar reputation. And it's the duty of an attorney general to uphold the laws of their particular state. We talk about this all the time. It's our duty to defend the Constitution of the United States, the constitutional laws of our state, and represent the people of our state. Daniel has a stellar reputation. It is important for state attorneys general to get it right in tough decisions. This has clearly been a very tough decision and an issue that not only has impacted Louisville and the state of Kentucky, but an issue that has been on the radar of all of us in the nation. But I hold Daniel in the highest regard, and I know that he will make the right decision based on the law and based on the facts.
Based on that decision, too, though, we did see some unrest in Louisville. Unfortunately, tragically, rather, 2 police officers were shot within the Louisville Police Department. They are recovering. But, talk to me a little bit about this violence that we've seen, and then, of course, the response to it in regards to punishing those who are continuing this out. I mean, we've seen looting of businesses. We've seen burning of businesses in aftermath of some of these, incidents related to police brutality across the nation. What's being done to quell this violence legally?
Well, let's start here. I think it is incumbent upon elected officials, all elected officials, to draw a line between peaceful protesting and rioting. Protesters use words. Rioters use violence. Protesting is protected by the First Amendment. Rioting is outright lawlessness. To put another way, we have to have a healthy respect for the rule of law, because I will stand up for those that are calling for change and for petitioning their government. That is our constitutional right. But I will also condemn and hold accountable anybody who is burning a building or burning a police car or throwing bottles or rocks at police officers who are only doing their job. You have to draw a line in the sand. And I say that because look at what's going on in Portland. Look at what's going around the nation. The message that is sent when you don't uphold the rule of law. And it's making a big difference. You can sense it as you talk with folks about the election. There is a difference between those in Republican AGs. You know, over 100 days ago, the protest started in Portland. Republican AGs, the president, Republicans condemn the violence. We condemn to fund the police as the solution, because that's not going to keep one American. It's certainly not going to keep one Georgian any safer. You have to draw a line in the sand. And it took Democrats nearly 100 days to condemn the violence and condemn to fund the police. And they didn't do it because of policy or because of practicality. They did it because of polling. They started showing up in their polling and their focus groups. We didn't need a poll and a focus group to tell us what is right and wrong. And when you see violence against police increasing by 28%, and you see ambushes that have occurred, like we saw in California and we've seen elsewhere, that's wrong. It is not just for that to happen.
Right. As you say, I think, you know, clearly it's one of the debate topics tonight, violence and unrest and race relations in our nation. So it should be brought up, anticipated to be brought up, at least by Chris Wallace. We'll see, again, how the candidates decide to answer questions surrounding that. But another topic of tonight's debate will be the Supreme Court. And, of course, the role of the president to fill the seat, when that seat should be filled, when confirmation hearings should take place. The president has clearly made his stance known. He is moving ahead with the plan to fill the late Ruth Bader Ginsburg's seat. Do you think that's the right move?
Absolutely. I commend the president on appointing Judge Barrett. She has an outstanding reputation. She's a textualist. She's an originalist. She has an outstanding reputation. She has incredible intellect. She's got the right temperament. She's what you want in a Supreme Court justice, and we need a full court. We need 9 justices. The issues that are facing the nation are great, many of which are making their way through the system now, and you need to have the Supreme Court ready to go. And as I understand it, hearings are going to start in a couple of weeks. Judiciary Chairman Lindsey Graham has said that, and that's the right thing to do. And I commend the president on this particular pick, and I also commend him and the Senate moving forward. Article 2, Section 2 provides that the president has a duty to appoint Supreme Court justices, and the United States Senate has an obligation to advise and consent. And moving forward as quickly as possible at this particular time is absolutely the right thing to do.
That is Georgia Attorney General Chris Carr joining us live this morning. Thanks so much.
Thanks so much for having me.
You're welcome.